Hey guys, it's Blender Helix Alpha. We are touching on the game development side of Blender today. We are going to check out the game engine and see what it can do. We have our default cube right here. And we are going to grab it up here and make a add mesh plane. Scale it up. I'll take it right there. That's good. Okay, we're going to go to the Logistics tab. We're going to select our cube, go to the Logistics tab. And we have all these different kinds of things. This is dynamic box. We have our sensors, controllers, and actuators. We're going to make a sensor keyboard. We're going to make it a keyboard. All these different kinds. Make it a W key. We're going to make a controller for that to go through. And we're going to make a actuator. Now, there's tons of different kinds of actuators. There's message, random, scene, IPO we'll be using soon, and motion. And how this goes is X, Y, and then Z. The location, rotation, and all that. That's X, Y, and Z. So, what we're going to do is we're going to see we're going to make the W key go into the controller to come out to the actuator, and we're going to make it go forward on the X or on the Y axis. So we're going to press P to start the game engine. Yeah, that works perfectly. So sorry if my mic is a little out of sync. I've been having to narrate this video. It's kind of hard to keep up with it. All right. So we made an S sensor, a controller for that, and we're going to make that the exact same thing, only negative. So we should have, press B to go into the game engine, we should have W and S working perfectly, and yes, they're working good. Alright. So we're going to go around here, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a rotation, and we're going to make a rotation movement so our guy can move around freely. What we can do here is we can make it rigid body, static sensor. Soft body is mostly for animating and other things. That's more advanced type stuff, but okay, we're gonna check out what rigid body does. Rigid body usually isn't ideal for the game engine because it's so hard to control it. But if you do it just right, it can be really cool for the game engine. As you can see here, I'm trying to figure out how I can make it look as good as I can with the rigid body, and it's not working so well. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it back to dynamic, and we're going to make a and D sensor. Keyboard, A. We're going to make a controller, actuator, and what we're going to do is we're going to want to rotate on the Z axis, which is only in 3D stuff. So the Z axis I'm demonstrating here is like this. Oh, come on. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we want to do it on the Z-axis. That's the Z-axis right there. So we're going to want it to rotate like that. Okay, we have it going the wrong way for the key, for A key. So we're going to make it positive 10 instead of a negative 10. Okay, we have that one down, so we're going to have to do the D key now. add a D sensor, an actuator, same thing, opposite of that, so we're going to do -10. And now if we have it all right, we can move our block freely around. This is usually ideal for third-person shooters and whatnot. And we can fall off and everything. Okay. So this is all working fine now. And I think what we're going to do for here is we are going to... Alright, so we are going to import the old sword object that we did from our last tutorial on how to model an ancient sword, and we are going to put it in the game engine. I wasn't planning on doing this, but we are going to do it because I am a spontaneous person. We're going to rotate it on the z-axis by 90 degrees. We're going to do that again, and then we're going to rotate it again on the z-axis. We're going to rotate it on the x-axis. We're going to try to line it up with our character so it can parent it to him. And try to get it as close as we can to him. Again, this isn't like a step-by-step tutorial. I just wanted you to see how it's done, how we can do this. Keep rotating it and see how good we can get it. And that's pretty good. We're going to try to get it closer. And see, it's not going with us. So we're going to have to select our thing, shift click our cube, and then Control P to select, or to parent, make parent. So now it'll follow us around. But our cube is bugging out, so we're going to have to lift up our sword a little bit because it's touching the ground and messing our cube up. So it should be working. Yep, working fine. Okay, so we're going to close out of that. We're going to make a timeline split area. On my last tutorial, or on my other tutorials, you'll find that I'll be using the timeline a lot. Locate, rotate, scale. Go to key 10. Rotate it like that. Make it down. Make a slashing type motion. Do another keyframe, and it should be making a slash. Then we're gonna select our sword. Go into the Logics tab. Add a sensor, controller, and actuator. And then our keyboard sensor will be space. And then we're going to do IPO. This is for a little more advanced, but we're going to do flipper. And then end. It's going to end at 10. So it should be working great now. It should be looking a little bit like a game. So you can see that slashing motion there. And it's working fine. Alright, that's all we're going to do for today, but thank you very much for watching. Check out my other tutorials, and if you have any requests, please tell me about them. I will be glad to help you with anything you need if you have any requests for a tutorial or a model. See ya.